In the simplest of terms, an equinox is the midway point between solstices, and an equinox is a point of equal light and darkness on planet Earth. So the spring equinox is the midway point between the winter solstice and the summer solstice. The winter solstice being the longest night of the year, the most darkness, and the summer solstice being the longest day of the year, which is the longest light. Spring equinox is that midpoint in between. Hi, I'm Sunny. I'm a spiritual mentor and intuitive strategist, and I absolutely nerd out on seasons, seasonal transitions, and how they can be a total blueprint for how we can do life out of resistance and in flow with the world around us. So the spring equinox also happens to be the very first day of spring. It is also what dictates when Christians will celebrate Easter. So Easter always falls, my cat is just loving me right now. Easter always falls the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. That's why Easter is a little bit different every year. The spring equinox has always been an important day of celebration, way, way back predating Christianity, because it marks a transition between seasons, which is how we mark time on this planet. The spring equinox is also known as Ostara in current pagan traditions, and it was associated heavily with the goddess Istra in Norse traditions. Istra, Easter, here are the similarities. A lot of the things that we think of as being associated with spring and Easter, thanks to the way our culture has developed, eggs, the Easter bunny, all of that are actually go all the way back to Istra. That goddess was represented by eggs and rabbits, which both represented fertility back in the day. We've just pulled those traditions forward and integrated them into our culture now. I find it super helpful to honor and recognize the spring equinox because of that transition point. It helps me stay aligned to what's happening on the planet around me. And the way that you can do that is by thinking about, what new habits do you want to build? What ideas do you want to nurture? What projects do you want to focus on? What is it that you want to reinvent in yourself in the coming months? Because winter is all about self-reflection, hibernation, introspection, thinking about how we fit into the big picture of the world around us, right? Are our actions aligned with who we say we are? It's a time for reflection. Spring, baby, that's where we get to bounce into action. It's a really great opportunity this first day of spring to be thoughtful about that, to be intentional about that. What do you want to spring into action on? Because I'm all about integration, right? It's one thing to have information in your head. What I really want to support people do is living it. So the way you can live that is you can spring clean your home. You can spring clean your social. You can spring clean your thoughts and how you talk to yourself. All of those are things that you can be doing in reality to honor the spring equinox. The thing that I have found the most useful as a beginner and wanting to align to the seasons is to create a little bit of ritual and a little bit of sacredness around this time of transition. So I have for you a free meditation and journaling exercise and a whole thing that turns itself into a ritual for you that is guided, and you can just listen and follow along. It's on YouTube. It's called Spring Equinox Ritual. If you search for my name in that, you'll find it super easy. I would love to hear how you honor the seasonal transitions. If you've never done it before, what comes up for you when you think about doing it? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you're interested in this type of content, I nerd out on this stuff all the time. So consider subscribing and following me for more.